Okay, so there was weekend, right? So let me recap something. So in the last classes, still in our last classes, we have done a lot of labs with Google Kubernetes GKE, and it was more important. So that's why I have taken around 3 to 4 labs across 3 days. So after that important, of course, bit complexity as well. Just try to do more practice on it because Kubernetes across anywhere, it is a bit complexity only, but just try to do more practice on it because a couple of topics are only complex across the Google DevOps classes basically, and this is one of them is GKE. Second thing, Terraform. Actually, Terraform will come in few days soon. These two only bit complex topics. The rest of the topics are very straightforward. Okay, don't worry, but important and worthy also when you are even when you are trying to discussions in the technical discussions, when you are going to real time, majority of the organizations are using nowadays Kubernetes only. So that is why I'm just stressing on it. So just try to do all labs. If you do all labs, you are almost very good, like 70 to 80%. So just small things will happen in the real time in terms of changes, and application wise maybe you might see some kind of a changes, and rest of the functionality and implementation as it is whatever we have done so far until last Friday. And coming to today, I would like to move, of course, databases. Already we have discussed one of the databases topic today, but today I would like to cover a couple of things here, because if you see in our GCP console, let me log in into GCP console. So if you remember in our past classes, this is the database concepts here. So we have done successfully file store in our last classes. I maybe 10 or 15 days back, we have done one of, I just quickly introduced one of the database like file store here. For one of the application deployment, we are using file store here. Today, I would like to go SQL and Spanner basically, because these three are very reputed kind of a databases. First of all, I will explain you what is databases and what is the role of it as a GCP DevOps cloud engineer. What is our role? I would like to explain. Then we can start the implementation of SQL, kind of databases as well. And rest of the thing like big table data store, it's kind of a completely migration kind of a databases. So we cannot use it as much as very rare cases, because majority of the organizations will do file store, Spanner, and SQL only. Rest of the things migration in the sense, if I want to do on-prem to cloud migration, we can do that, but that kind of a setup, it is not possible in the our local systems basically. So coming into first SQL databases here. So first of all, what is database? Database is nothing but a collection of data. Basically, if you want to store something, let's say if I'm creating one record, if I want to store in database, I need a one type of database here, just normal term we can say. So in the GK concept, sorry, in the Google Cloud, we have a different type of databases here. So as a part of that, today we would like to create SQL. SQL means structured query language. Okay. Another one is the Spanner. It's just named like that. Okay. So both are using for storing the data. So storing the data only. SQL also, Spanner also. If we are creating SQL, customer supposed to be storing their data. If I'm using Spanner also, but Spanner also is kind of a database where we can use to storing the data only. But the difference is SQL is very basic level. That means it cannot handle large kind of a data. It can be handled, but there is a performance issue. So here, when you're working with the projects, it's kind of a simple applications or simple data you're supposed to be do copy, simply go with SQL. But if you are a huge application or complex application where the data is keep on traveling with huge amount of data, like terabytes or gigabytes, then we have to take the Spanner as well. So like that only, rest of the things, creation of method is common, functionality is common, and the output means the advantage of both is storing the data only end of the day. But the scenario would be if you have very simple application, nothing much complicated applications, just go ahead with SQL here, then If you want to go high complex, applications where the data is keep on traveling or keep on copying or keep on inserting the data, then I have to go with, spanner as well. So based on the situation. So when we are using file store here, if you remember in the last class, I mean, very long back. So when you are deploying my application, I have saved my images into database. If you remember, right? If you not remember, just go through my previous recording. File store, I have taken image, I have inserted my images, then I have stored it into my file store database. That is also one kind of a database and very simple database only, not the complicated. But Spanner is the very sophisticated database where it can handle more huge number of data basically here. So we will try to implement very quickly. It's very straightforward. Don't worry, nothing much complicated, very straightforward only. Just go on. First, I would like to go enable my APIs first. Let me check whether already I am enabled or not. Where I can enable my APIs, anybody remember or forget? Tell me. If I want to enable API for my particular resource. So first of all, I have to go this thing. Sorry, not this thing. I think this only. Yeah.
Yeah, one more. If we can directly go and search in the column like so and so API, we'll also
Yeah,
get that,
yeah,
right?
here also. This is the navigation and this is this one. Yeah, yeah, perfectly. Yeah. See, well, I'm just trying to recalling your memory. That's it. So I think so already I have done. Otherwise, when you're practicing data, so you might see one option here, API option, like enable your API here. Just click on it, but already maybe I enabled it. So that is why directly it is asking for creating my SQL instance here. Okay, span for I'm checking spanner as well. Anyhow, today we have to do these two, right? So okay, spanner is not available. I would like to enable first my API. So just wait for 1 minute. It will take around 60 seconds.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I what
Yes,
happened was like a couple of days ago, I just
your
deployed
voice
one
is your voice is breaking, Sayed.
application using Kubernetes engine, and like in the 3 days, I lost some 500.
Sorry,
Can you hear me now?
your voice is breaking. Is it happening only with me or guys? Is it
Hello.
happening with you?
Hello.
Sayed, your voice is breaking. Guys, is it happening with me or is it happening with you also?
Now your voice clear, Salim.
Okay.
Slightly different
So,
from
yeah, yeah.
Can you
So
hear me now? Can you hear me now?
no better.
yes, I yes.
No better.
Yeah, yeah. No, what I was telling you, like couple of days ago, I just deployed one app using Kubernetes engine, and I did not turn that off, so I lost like 500 credits.
Super. best best practice. So
So,
that's why I
uh,
told you, right? Please try to keep on it after your lab is completed. So
okay, okay, okay.
because
Okay.
I told you many times, right? So let me check my billing. Good idea. No problem. If you finish 22,000 also, you can create one more thing. Yeah, I also lost 500. Maybe I didn't delete my AKS. Okay, no problem. I will take it later because if this one is express also, we will take one more thing, right? So not at all a problem. Simply we are using, what's that Gmail and credit card only, that to 90 days. So just try to maintain proper. Otherwise, if you forget, we cannot recall it, right? So you have to use another one. That's it. Okay, let's go to our SQL under the databases. Just navigate to our thing for simply very straightforward, nothing much complicated. Okay, I forget one thing. What is the role of our role here, right? Yeah, since this is a database concept, as a cloud engineer, what is our role first? So our role is just kind of a 20 to 30% only. Okay, because we are not responsible for databases. Basically, we are just cloud engineers. We need to maintain pipelines like CI/CD and provisioning of my resources. But still, why we are covering database concepts also here means As a cloud engineer, I told you that we need to have understood in the all areas as a part of syllabus, not only syllabus, when you are going with live organizations also, if you are good with all areas, whatever come under GCP cloud engineering syllabus, it would be really good. But in the real-time organizations, the part your role is only maybe 20 to 30%. 30 also very high, 20% only. Sometimes that too, maybe you are working with level 3 company or startup companies. Okay, because database we have dedicated GCP database engineers as well. I told you that every department we have a segregation from the all levels here, but as a part of technology, we have to know each and everything. So when you are working under level 3 or startup companies, you might get chance we have to take care of database as well, but still we have database teams, but still if your time is not good, then you have to take care of databases as well. For here you need to learn some small queries like ddl commands, dml commands. Like you might be here when you are pursuing degree, maybe you might learn some small SQL kind of statements, right? ddl, dml, data manipulating language, data definition language, small queries, one line queries. But still no need to do more focus on it, but just this basic level. Okay, what is database, what is instance, okay, how what is the steps we have to create the database, and simple one or two queries we can do have a discussion. Otherwise no need to not to more much focus on like how you are focused on the rest of the things like kubernetes and pipelines and provisioning of your resources. But still at the finishing touch, just try to just kind of a additional touch you can focus on this particular databases concepts basically. Because in the real time, if you're working in level 4 and level 5, databases will create by application database team. We have a dedicated Google database engineers. They will create all those stuff whatever we are about to create soon here. But as a DevOps cloud engineer, if you are good focus on it, you might close with database teams, right? So it have a really good idea, right? Instead of going blindly, then we can have some idea and basic knowledge. Then you can simply very good conversation with your respective colleagues within the database teams here. Like that way we can get some opportunity. But unluckily, if you are getting a chance in a startup company, of course it's a good chance to learn new things, but you have to put a lot of efforts. You need to know each and everything, how we can create the databases, how we can create the tables, how we can insert the data, each and everything you have to know. That's it. So coming to implementation here. So I just logged into my SQL database here, navigate to under our database. Every category we have a compute, serverless, storage, right? So similarly, we have, where is that? Operation networking. Yeah, I have databases here. So from there, you have to use this. So once implemented this, then we can create spanner as well. Then we can see the differences. So just click on here, create instance. So if you see here, this is MySQL, all are kind of a database, guys. If you see, maybe in the real time also, in majority of the application, they might use different databases here. So one is MySQL here, and PostgreSQL here, and SQL Server here. So I will explain you MySQL, then you have to play with these two. If you have any issue, I will explain one more time here, because procedure is same straightforward steps, nothing much complicated. Okay, just click on MySQL here. Yeah, I have to give instance. Instance is nothing but I'm creating just one kind of a small SQL instance here. So give me some name like what is the lab today? Database in instance. You can give something like that. Unique. This is my instance password here. So you can give any name uniquely. So you can also generate it, but no, it will come some random kind of a name. But better you can follow some your own password here. So here my database version is, we have like, Google is providing free of cost, like, MySQL 5.0, 5.6 and 8.0. Doesn't matter, because we are not at all implementing live databases here. We are simply provisioning one small database here. You can take any version, not at all a problem. So reason I'm taking as central only, because nothing is here. I'm not able to configure any kind of a production cluster here. So I'm taking single zone only. If you want to create cluster, I have to select multiple zones here. So very simple and very straightforward creation of this particular SQL here. So now my deployment is in progress of my particular SQL. So it will take around 2 to 3 minutes, ideal scenario. So your role, what happened? You just have to get one instances, and once you created it, okay, I will explain. It is still running mode. So see the beauty of cloud here. Same thing, if you want to create one SQL in your normal on-prem, you have to install your database, you have to create users, databases, X, Y, X, very length of program. Here, they're providing very simple, straightforward, kind of a instances in order to access your databases here. Oh, so 1 minute, 25 seconds. Still, it will take around 1.5 minutes. Since the database is bit uh, big application, right? So it will obviously will take some time. So I just know it will take around 3 to 3.5 minutes. Let's see in our case what happened. Oh my God, almost 3 minutes is over. It's taking a bit extra time. I don't know why. You have to bear with me because without creation, I cannot explain anything here. So that's why. Okay, in between, I can explain at least lab scenario. That would be good. It's taking some time. So if this is a simple lab scenario here. So first of all, we would like to create one instance here. Okay. So just now we have done this instance. We have to give name. We have to give some database name here. And once it is created, now it is creating now, right? So I have to clone one more database from existing database. So as per this diagram, I have to clone one more SQL based on my existing, just one kind of a scenario only. Then once my instances is successfully created, my database is successfully created, then I have to stop the instances. Then I have to start the instances. Then I have to do restart the instance, because these three operations are most important if this kind of scope, if it is come to your role. Most probably you have to stop, start, and restart. These three type of category you have to do. Most probably you might get a chance. So creating of schemas, creating of database schemas, indexing, no, that will not come under anyhow, not at all, because that's a purely database kind of related information here. So this kind of a simple operations we have to do that if you get a chance, that to do. So that kind of a simple operation I would like to want to show it here. I think so it's done. Yeah, it's created now. If you see here, my database is successfully created and runnable as well. If you see here, this is a runnable. So in the left side panel here, the left side of your SQL instances, so automatically once I created, so my Google is providing public IP by default securities and connectivity test as well. So just enable your API here as well. This is connectivity enabling now after creation of your database. Okay, before, not before that. So once connectivity is done, at least we have enabled that, but connectivity, we're not at all creating anything here. So come to your schema users. Basically, schema users means when you are creating any database, currently I'm acting as a root in the sense I'm an admin for this database. But in the real time, you might create the users, not you, by app database guy. The app database guy, they will create some users like us, like me, like you. They might create some user accounts as well. But here I have admin as well. If anybody wants, just create it here. Just simply give your username and password here. Because if I want to access this database, I need a username and password. Simply, I can say, because unauthorized persons, I cannot allow you as a database admin, right? Database admin guy. So simply, if I am application guy, if I want to access to this particular database, then they will create some accounts. Then they will add it to inside here. As of now, I'm admin. Root means admin guy, so I have all access by default. So this is my database information here. Whatever I have configured, like see, if you see here, when I create my instances, automatically MySQL is provision. Sys is the by default user. Whenever maybe you might get a chance when you are pursuing your graduations, BTech or degree, you might install SQL databases, right, in the on-prem. That time by default this user will create. If you remember, if you are not doing, it's not at all a problem. But when you create any kind of a SQL instance, by default sys user will come. This is system user we are calling as. But when you're creating users here, this is the user defined users. Basically means this user is coming by default of SQL product. So coming to here, of course, backups. Let's say if I'm storing some data, database application, I mean database engineers, they will do backups as well. Because if one database is crashed, then they will do restore here by using of this mechanism. But this functionality will taken care by database guys basically. But just one idea, simple, what we have to understand as a cloud engineer is, if I am creating cloud instance, what are the things are there? Connections, users, database, backups. Replica means it's kind of a multi-regional. So if you are a cluster, my data should be replica. What is replica? Let's say, where is my thing? So I have one database in US region. So same replica I have to be like India. Why? Because if US database is crashes, same kind of data has to be available in India. That is the calling horizontal scaling and replica, right? So that kind of way, if you're using with the production clusters here, so you have to use this kind of a replicas here as well. But this setup will do it by database guys basically, because we don't have that much of knowledge and architecture of database, right? So simply we have to know just simple connection types, users and databases. This is fair enough to you. Just having some knowledge. If someone says just create one user, yeah, you have to do that. But backups and replica kind of things, you have to know, act as a pure database guy. But we are not at all, right? We are just cloud DevOps engineer also. Just some knowledge, right? If someone asks you what is your database name, just come to here, sometime application team will ask you what is your database name. So you have to come here, you have to give your schema name, and these names you have to share with them. For that kind of purpose, if you said I don't know how I can check that, it's a very silly answer, right? Instead of saying no, at least some small kind of information in order to sharing with your colleagues, in order to sharing with your colleague departments like database team, you have to know, at least you should know how to log in SQL, how to go my database name, how to go check my database name. These kind of small things you have to know that. So such a way you have to create this kind of small SQL here. And coming to overview part, if you want to edit your instance, this is just click on edit here, and this is your reason. Whatever you have given, you can change it here. If you want it, simply I can say, if you want to edit something, you have to come edit, you do anything here. And the another functionality, import and export. So first click on export here. In order to whatever I saved inside my thing, so if I want to insert or import or export, let's say my data is available in my bucket. Bucket is nothing but a storage account. I want to import data from my bucket into my database, or I want to export data from my SQL database to my bucket. Yeah, we can do that by using of these two, import and export. Yes, we can do that. Soon I can show you how we can import and export, how we can do that. I can have a scenario as well. But first I would like to complete this part, because first of all I have to explain overview about it, then we can go ahead with those kind of implementation. So in this diagram, I have created Cloud SQL. I just started my Cloud SQL here. So now I have to stop. Let's go. If you see here, simply very straightforward option, nothing much complex. There is no commands as well. Okay. So we have two options. One is stop, restart, and start will come once I did stop here. Okay. So before that, I would like to clone one small example here also before going to stop, start, and restart. I need to clone means already I have a one database instance. Simply I have to clone one more database. Maybe that kind of a scenario if it occurs, we have this kind of a button as well. Simple clone it. Very straightforward, nothing complicated. Use some database instance one or -101, some different name. Clone current state of instance, clone from earlier point in time. So most common choice, because this is manually kind of a thing, so I'm going to most common choice, clone the current state of your instance. Just create clone it here. So once you clone it, automatically I will create one more database. See the beauty of this, it's same configuration, because some project asks couple of databases which is the same kind of a configuration. During that time, simply we have to create like this. Instead of saying no, you can create like this. If you have that kind of a practice and experience, then it would be really good. Oh my god, it's taken 100 GB. I forgot to change, but okay, I can delete later. 100 GB is very huge number of data, at least for trial versions. 10 GB is fair enough. Okay, let's try to edit it. With storage, yeah, it's already taken 100 GB. Okay, no problem. We can change it, no problem. But after this lab, I can delete it, because 100 GB means it's chargeable. So that's why. So the second database is providing here, whatever. So this is the clone database, whatever I have provisioned here. The similar kind of a replica, sorry, not replica, similar kind of a configuration. I would like to provisioning one more database here. So it is provisioning, no, so it will take around obviously 2 more minutes. Once it is done, then I can, because when I'm cloning this, please make sure I cannot do stop and start of my existing database, because my current database is cloning from the existing running database, right? So I cannot do stop and restart, because otherwise it will impact into my current cloning provisioning. Because if I stops my existing machine, then how it will call to my existing, then how it will do cloning of the particular database, right? It's a meaningless. So don't do such a kind of operations if cloning is in progress, like stop, restart, and start. Don't do that. So you have to wait for some time till the provisioning of your SQL. Then you can start with operations like regular activities like stop, restart, and thing. Because application team will request you, hey, hi, Sayed, can you please go and stop this database? Simple operation, right? Nothing complicated. Hey, just go and restart this particular database. They will raise a ticket, they will assign to you. So simply you have to log in here with proper credentials, then just do this kind of activities. These are basic activities in database, nothing much complicated. So cloning and deployment is running state. Yeah, I think so. It's clone and provisioning as well. Just go and refresh. Where is my SQL? Yeah, if you see here, both databases are simple, like, both are same configuration. If you see here under the same project, of course, IP address is different. MySQL 5.0 in terms of SQL version, and here's my location. And this is your storage capacity here. So once it is done, just click on any databases. Let's say you might get a request, hey team, can you please restart your database here? So the first operation is, I would like to stop my database. The action will shut down the instance along with all its connection, open files, and running operations. Its activation policy will be set to never. It will remain stopped until your start is again manually. That means it's going to shut down until sorry, it will be available until you start the database one more time. So just click on stop, but please make sure if you are doing lower level environments, it could be fine if even though you did some wrong, but when you are playing with production environment, please make sure go to proper database name, then only you have to stop the database. Otherwise, if you by mistake, uh, let's say I have two databases in the production, A comma B, they asked you for A but you did for B. Okay, so it will huge impact on the business, because databases will use by application. It is a kind of an integration between databases to application here. So if you shut down B instead of A, means whatever the applications are available on B, everything will not work. Application will not work for the users, so it's a huge loss. So especially in the higher environments like production, I can say it stopped very fast. The instance is stopped, started allow connection operation. So once it is done, just click on start. Start your instance to allow connection operations. Its activate policy will be set to always. It will be running until you stop it manually. Same vice versa. Okay. So now my database is about to start here. Yeah, what I was talking. So please make sure check database name properly, whatever they have given in the ticket, because whatever they have given in the ticket, we have to do only for database. Don't do such a kind of mistakes in the production. At least if you do dev environment or testing environment, it's fine, maybe nobody will not care. But if you did something wrong in the production, so I'll come together and screw your head. That's it. So my starting of database is in progress now. But what is the difference between, one second, What is the difference between start, restart? Of course, stop, you know very well. So stopping nothing but it will shut down completely. Okay. So the difference between start and restart is start means if already you stop, then only we can able to try to start here. But restart means when you click on restart, what it will do stop automatically, then it will start. See the difference. So if they said start means you have to stop first, then you have to do start. If they said restart means you no need to stop it here. Restart will take automatically stop then along with start here. Don't confuse. Okay. So whatever they have mentioned in the ticket, whether it is start, restart, you have to please make sure. Then only you have to click like that. If they said restart, then if you said start means it's meaningless really because the application is not already shut down. If your your database, not application, sorry. So if your database is not properly shut down, sometimes server will not bring up properly. You might see some errors. Sometimes, not always, sometimes. So if you want to shut down, I mean, if you want to start, so please do proper way. Because some people what can do, without prop. One second, guys. Excuse me. Yeah, sorry. So some people, sometimes what people, some Indian is without proper stop, they will simply directly will restart the application. Sorry, restart the SQL servers here. So sometimes if you do, because we have to follow the best practices, right? So if you are not doing proper way, application SQL server will not respond sometimes. So if it is not respond sometime means it's again we have to do troubleshoot. We have to check the process IDs. We have to check the logs. Then accordingly you have to fix that. But of course that kind of a debugging database team only have to help us, okay, because we don't have deep knowledge of the databases, right? So because very just basic knowledge we have, so that's why please take care. If you're doing basic operations, please try to do properly. So my SQL server is started now. Okay, now let's see. I did start as well. Start will show if I did stop, right? Now I have to do restart operation because the basic operations what they have said. First I need to stop it, I need to start it, then I need to restart my instance. That is my requirement here. So just do restart of your application. Please read it after some time because earlier I read many times. Just try to read this and just click on restart here. So here restarting means first it will stop my application, sorry, stop my SQL instance, then start my SQL instance. One second, guys. Someone is knocking my door. 1 minute. Okay, I'm back. Oh, restarted is very fast. Within 40 to 50, 10:47, 1. Good, super. So, like that way, uh, like that way, we have to do with any kind of SQL instances, not only MySQL, but any instance. Still, you have rest to two things, right? You can play similar kind of like that only. I have played with SQL, MySQL. You can play, different kind of. Already, we have two more, I think so. Where is that? MySQL. Yeah, if you want to create instance here, still you have two more, right? You can play with these two as well, like that. But if you have any issues, please let me know, then I can explain that one more time. If same kind of thing, nothing much new, same kind of steps, very straightforward steps, nothing much. So you can play with these two as well if you have time. At least we have to play with SQL server because MySQL and SQL server reputed kind of using in our organizations basically. If you have time, please use this. This is also one kind of a database only. That's it. So coming to another thing, spanner. Import and export, I will come after some time in this lab. Okay, I will come import and export. I will come after some time here. Now, coming to the another kind of a interesting database. Why I said interesting means Spanner is very, high sophisticated SQL, sorry, not SQL, database where it can handle huge number of data like terabytes, gigabytes. It's very fast. Functionality is same, but the fastness and it kind of a robustic basically. Let's say if my application is using huge complex application by a number of users where they're uploading some huge number of data. Yeah, this is the best choice I can say. Instead of MySQL, Spanner is the best option for that, because when you're comparing the SQL with Spanner, SQL is very less performance. SQL is compatible only for basic level applications where we are using small kind of a data, very simple data. But when you're working, if when your customer is when a customer is using business very huge number of huge data, then the best option is Spanner here. These are also almost similar but bit thing. So create instance here. So once create instance here, one second guys, my mouse is got stuck. Just now I'm switching my USB port, one second. Yeah, so if you, in order to creating of Spanner instance here, first API has to enable. That part already we have done. If you want, you can go one more time if you want to check. This is the API and services. The another way you can search it and you can cross check as well. Just search Spanner because this is the best practice. Oh, what happened? Sorry, I have to go library. Yeah. So search your Spanner. So this is my cloud Spanner here. So already it is API is enabled. So that is the confirmation I would like to check before going to implementation of my database using Spanner here. Just go navigation after serverless storage. Then I have Spanner. They have given Spanner symbol as well. You see here, this is a Spanner symbol. I don't know what context they have given. Why they have given Spanner is just kind of a tool. No idea. So just click on your thing and just use some instance name like Spanner database. So instance ID automatically will create, just like how we are creating a product ID, right? Similarly for databases also, for instance ID will automatically created. So by default I am following the same here. Regional, let me take central. If my quota is over, then I can change it. Okay, let me check first central. Where is my US central? Yeah. So once it is done, then create my Spanner. Very straightforward, only nothing much complicated. There is no commands as well. But we have G-Cloud commands, but no need to take care of G-Cloud commands for database creation because it's very straightforward using console here. So when the database is not 100% our scope. So yeah, so once it is done, yeah, see how fast it is created now. Very fast. Spanner is created very fast here. So let's see. So once my Spanner is created, from here under the overview, under the databases, I would like to create my database here. Here you have to create your database, just like give your database name. I can give spanner-db. db means it's kind of a db means database. I'm shortcutly given like that. You can use any name here. And once I click on this, then here I would like to create one schema here, nothing but a table, because I would like to store some data. So that kind of sample table, I would like to create it for you. Okay. So here you have to take one query. It's not kind of a query, it's kind of a command. I think so already somewhere I kept. I would like to expand some small thing, because this small thing you have to know at least. Let me explain you first. Maybe you might be see this kind of a thing when you are pursuing your graduation or creating the databases here. So this command is using for creation of one table, like create space, table space, your table name. Artist is the my table name here. Inside the artist, I would like to pass some columns like first name, last name, artist info, birthday date, and primary key. Okay, this command you will get it from your database team. If you want to create one table in your database, of course, if you know, then you can create this table, I mean, by using of this command. If you don't know, simply you can ask to your database team, okay, I will create the database table, but what is the command for that? So simply you can take it whatever they needed the table. So simply you can take it and you can paste it here. Oh, what happened? Expected check. It's showing error. Expected check constant for in our column name. No, no problem. We can ignore that. Let's see whether take it or not. No, this is just create table. Yeah, it's fine. Just try to create your table here. So your table is about to create in your database. So just wait for some time. Yeah, so table is created now inside your database. Yeah, so if you see here, this is my instance here, and this is my table here. Whatever you have created, my table is available here. So if you want to create one more table also, yeah, you can do it the same. You can create a number of tables according to your requirement, basically. Okay, just click on artist table, because I would like to insert some data. Okay, so I would like to insert some data. So click on here, and where is my data? Go to data here. Why it's showing empty? This is my schema. Okay, somewhere I need to see insert kind of a thing. No, this is my table. Where is insert? Guys, somewhere are you able to see insert button here? Hmm, this is my
No,
scheme.
it's not there. Just I can see some right DDL, the top right corner.
Yeah,
That's
this
all.
is different. Later we can write DDL commands,
Okay.
but I need to insert data. It is not showing. Really weird. Uh, Under the schema, it should, the option should be available actually. Oh, this is it's really weird. Schema, artist, schema updates. Here I should have insert data. Why it's not showing? Really weird. Or am I looking in wrong place? No, under the schema only I would like to write. Hmm. After entering data, my data will show it here, most probably. I think, yeah, shit. Okay, they are changed now in the new version of Cloud GCP console. Okay, guys, earlier what happened, under the schema, we have the one small tab here. Okay, till 2 months back also. I think so recently this GCP console, they might have upgraded with some kind of enhancement. Maybe I'm thinking like that, but because it is not available inside the schema, it is available inside the data now. Inside the data, the option is there. The same tab earlier it was available in the schema here, simply here, this place. Okay, so just small change, not change, they have changed, they have duplicated. So under the data, not under schema. Okay, sorry for that, even though I don't know, because we are using in the office with the old version, means last December version, still we haven't migrated in the new version of GCP console. So not under schema, go to data only, click on insert. So once you click the insert, but in the real time, in the live, what happening, customer will insert the data, but still we don't have live application here, right? So here you have to insert your data. So very second query. Hey, why it's came to here? So this insert, yeah. So yeah, a lot of changes, guys. It's coming in different pattern. Insert into values from where? I have to fill all values, but I need to make it very simple instead of using this. Okay, I don't know why they make it a bit complex here. Earlier it was what happened. It will form you as a simple table kind of a thing. Just click on double clicking the table. You can directly insert artist ID, artist info, birthday date. You can simply insert like that actually, but they changed everything now. No problem. I don't have anything. I have to fill these values. Okay. So let's go back and fill your all values. The first value is artist ID. I would like to use some 100, comma. Next that artist info. Artist info is optional, whether you can give it or not, it's up to you. Some use some name, username, like some XYZ. You can use any name. And last name, you can use some Tommy, comma, birthday date. Birthday date, you can use anything, like anything you can use. Otherwise, 1990 -01 -19, because my birthday date format is like, what is that? Birthday date is a date format. Basically here I have given the date format. So I would like to enter has wrong column, has 4, expected 5 at line 10. Okay, inserted row has wrong column, has 4, expected 5 at line 10, column 3. First is the artist ID only, right? I am passing the info, some kind of a test as well.
Yeah, sorry for the interruption.
Yes,
Fourth one is
please.
the artist info.
Artist info. Okay,
The
yeah.
date will be fifth one.
Yeah, I updated. Yes, yeah, I updated the. Still, it is giving some Galia. Unrecognized name TST. Okay, what is that? What is the artist info? Artist ID not null. Artist info is the bytes. Okay, bytes means binary. Okay, let me give some, because TST is a string format, right? So no, integer, sorry, what is string type actually? So artist info is the binary, means can I give 1 2 3? Oh my god. Into 64, which cannot, why it is taking in 64? In 64, what is that? In 64 is the artist ID basically. So the first thing, why it is considering this? Insert row has wrong column count. Column count. Okay. Expected 5. Artist info. First is artist ID. Fine. Artist info. What is artist info? Artist info is the okay. The second formula is first name actually. Okay. There is some order, I believe. We need to follow. See, artist info is the fourth one. Okay. So let's take first name. Yeah, Paul's. Last name Tommy. Then I have to go artist info here. I would like to give like this. Then I would like to validate this. Let's see. Paul at 10. It is not accepting Paul. String 1024 byte. It has to take, right? Artist info. It was not that complicated earlier. It's very straightforward now. I don't know why they are changed this. Okay, let me format this query. No. Is there any shortcuts? Run query. No, these shortcut commands. Select row to after inserting. I can do this. Sorry guys, it will taking some time, but even though it is new for me, means how I can add it here. I can know that how we can, this is the query, this is the standard DDL query, how we can insert the value. I do one thing, let me follow the same values like that. Here I need to follow int 64. So definitely it's a numeric only because it's an integer. Artist info bytes. Bytes maximum means bytes means binary data, then bytes max. Byte maximum value in SQL. SQL uses different examples. Okay. This is string functions. Insert. Okay. The max value is here. Number only. Then why number is not taking? Anybody from database team here? Uh, I need some example for max int value. Okay, see numeric only. But why it's not taking SQL Server? The maximum value is for integer. The integer. This is bytes. Declare max int. Maximum is 127. Then what the problem? Oh my 127. Let me give 127. Then birthday date. You can use anything. 107 -01 -19. First name, shake, last name. Come on, now it has to take at least. No, means 127 value has type integer 64, but it cannot be inserted into column. Why? Artist
Is there
equals
a comma? Is there a comma for everything, or do you
like
need
comma should be there because it's separating the value right in the record.
Then after Salim, you didn't give the comma.
Acha, okay, fine. Let's see. It is throwing error from here onwards. Line number 15. Okay. Column 5. Syntax error. Unexpected. It's comma. Oh. This is a string type. Why it is giving error at 15? The 15 means a closer bracket only. Unexpected. Hmm. Integer 64. No, number is not at all a problem. Mm, mm, mm. Values bytes. Yeah, it should be compactable, otherwise it won't work. Hmm. Now it is showing valid here, but my question is, first I need to enter my query, right? That is my thing. Okay, anyhow, let me run it, whether it is able to running or not. And column number 15. Column 5. 1 2. Now at least query is valid, but is not trying to add new values in the values class in order of the column list. Each value must be type compactable. Yeah, but it is showing at least valid now. Why do you select from matter? Insert into, everything is correct. Values now it is at least now correct. Select from artist table. Then what's the wrong with that? 15th column at 15th 5 means I have only 2 here. Then where is column number 5 here? Ah, let they have given some help here. Okay, this is create table. This is super. Then where is insert command? Yeah, this is insert command. Insert into my table, column name 1 2. Yes, this is my column name. Yes, similarly we have given like that. Insert examples, insert into my table values. Okay. Yeah, same value we are passing like this. Okay, I missed something. At least let me try. I need to give, this is a string value, right? I need to single quotes at least it is, then single quote. Since this is a string value, for date also I need to give like that.
Because the color has changed from red to green, which is showcasing. I think we did write something right
You
now.
did write something. I'm expecting something. First thing only we have to use single star. For numeric, we don't give any kind of a thing. Okay, let's see. Come on, guys, don't waste my time. Our time. No, no, it's not at all. Like something is wrong because system will not say exception blindly. Something we are doing wrong. Now it's there. No, it's correct only. There is no spaces. I think date. I can give date also like this. Is it fine? No, date won't take this value. Oh, no, this also showing error. Sixteenth line. Okay. Let me do one thing. We can write our own query. Otherwise, insert into, yeah, insert into values. The same number, select asterisk from, then, sorry, from values like this. Okay. Let me align something here. After this, values from select asterisk from. Just bear with me, guys, because I need to fix this. Otherwise, I can postpone tomorrow as well. No problem. I'm just trying last syntax. Select asterisk from my table name. Select asterisk from my table name. From bracket, I need to pass my values. Okay. Then this is commented line, so I can remove it. Okay. This is also commented line. I can remove it. Okay. This value should like this. How they have written. Bracket begin. This is 3 records, but I am passing only 1 record. Let me remove this line as well, this commented line. So insert into artist, select asterisk from artist name is same. Expected end of input, but got this. Then the expected end of input, but got this. Hmm. Okay guys, I don't want to waste your time. So yeah, tomorrow I will continue the same thing here. I can bring the valid query here, because I will check with my database team, because even though I don't have knowledge in the database team much in terms of writing the queries. So tomorrow I will continue, almost is 10 minutes going forward. So tomorrow we'll continue, okay, from here itself. And thank you, and tomorrow we'll connect one more time, okay.